morning, everyone. Welcome to News Extra, and joining me today, I have Louis Coulter, who's the Chief Operating Officer of the Bridgeport branch of Platte Valley Bank. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
We're talking about a event that's coming up a little bit later, actually almost like a kickoff to summer. It's going to be the 5th annual Platte Valley Bank Beef Cook-Off that's going to be taking place in June.
June 1st is when we will do the big judging. It's part of Camp Clark Days in Bridgeport.
Now, of course, you have to have contestants to take part in this, and that's what we're here to talk about, because the period for people registering to be a contestant in the cook-off is open now and will go until May 1st, as I understand it, correct?
Actually, we're going to take applications or entries until May 23rd.
Okay.
But we have a May 1st early entry. If you get it in before May 1st, you get $20 off your entry.
Okay. Explain a little bit how this works, because there are different categories that people can enter in, and quite a wide range of them, actually.
So this year, we're going to do beef brisket like we always do. We'll have smoked tri-tip, beef and bean red chili, and a dessert category.
Okay. And there are some cash prizes for first prize. The entry fees vary, of course, depending on the category. $75 for beef brisket, smoked tri-tip at $50, the beef and bean chili at $25, and then dessert at $10. And then, of course, the prizes are nothing to sneeze at for those that come out on top at first place.
The winner of our brisket contest gets $500. The smoked tri-tip is $250. Beef and bean chili is $250, and first place for the dessert category is also $100.
It's going to be a very tasty event when it rolls around.
Event, yes.
When it rolls around on June 1st. But there is a limitation, I understand. You're only going to have so many teams allowed, correct?
Yeah, we would not take more than 20 teams.
Okay. In each category, or?
So each team has to do brisket.
Okay.
And then the other, they can do any of the other ones that they choose to.
Okay, so they have to do the brisket, and then
we are a brisket contest. Everything else is extra.
It is.
It's
it
kind of
is
like
a
life.
beef. Yeah, it is.
Brisket is number one. Everything else is extra.
Got to remember, beef is a big business in Nebraska, and of course, this is a beef cook-off, and that's the highlight and the emphasis of the Platte Valley Bank Beef Cook-Off, which is coming up in Bridgeport on June 1st at the Prairie Winds Community Center. There's a little bit more detail that we can tell you about, and we'll come back on News Extra with more on that. And we're back on News Extra, and I'm talking with Louis Coulter, the Chief Operating Officer of the Platte Valley Bank Bridgeport branch, and we're talking about the 5th annual Platte Valley Bank Beef Cook-Off, which is coming up June 1st at the Prairie Winds Community Center in Bridgeport. Where did the idea originally come from to put this together several years ago?
Yeah, the first one was Gail Beyer with the Lions Club put it on, and the Nebraska Cattlemen got involved in year 2. And it's kind of been, we've planned on moving this from a Lions Club event to a Cattlemen event. The Lions Club puts on Camp Clark Day in Bridgeport, so they're very busy.
Of course.
And have lots of other events going on. So this year it is just the Nebraska Cattlemen. We formed a nonprofit. We hope to raise some money for some good charities. So it's the cattlemenscookoff.com is where you can get more information. You can follow Cattlemen's Cook-Off on Facebook. And this year, again, Platte Valley Bank is our title sponsor. So it's the Platte Valley Bank Beef Cook-Off, June 1st in Bridgeport during Camp Clark Days.
Yep. And we had talked a little bit earlier about the entry fees. Now that does include some of the food supplies, depending on the category.
We provide all of the meat, and we'll provide the beans for the chili cook-off also.
Yeah, but if you're going to do desserts, you're kind of on your own.
You're on your own.
Well, and of course, unless you're doing there's usually not anything that's like a meat pie or anything that's a dessert per se, yeah. But you never know. You
can always have brisket for dessert, but that won't count here. So.
Brisket for dessert. That's a beef lover's dream, actually. Yeah. Now, there are going to be some rules that the contestants do need to be a little bit cognizant of when it comes to putting together their submissions, correct?
Yeah. Everything has to be prepared on site, and if they can pick up an entry form, it has the rules in it, and make it easy for them.
Now, I understand there's also going to be a people's choice. winner this year?
We're having a Wolf Auto People's Choice competition again this year. So both the official judging and the People's Choice will start at 5 o'clock. Hope to get lots of people in to try all the samples.
So if somebody wants to show off their culinary skills, where do they go to get registration forms? Because we do have a couple of deadlines, not real close, but they'll be coming pretty soon.
Yeah, the entry forms will be available at KNEB, Wolf Auto, Platte Valley Bank, Sunny Superfoods, 385 Meat Market. You can download them from cattlemen'scookoff.org. Follow us on Facebook. And you can call me at the Platte Valley Bank Bridgeport branch, 262-2100.
Well, Lewis, it sounds like it's going to be a very fun and festive and tasty event taking place during Camp Clark Days.
It's a lot of fun.
It's going to be a really good time for you to take part in, whether you're there with spatula and tongs in hand, or if you just happen to be there for tasting the final product. It's going to be the 5th annual Platte Valley Bank Beef Cook-Off, taking place in Bridgeport, coming up June 1st at the Prairie Winds Community Center. Registrations are open now if you want to show off your cooking skills. Prior to May 1st, a $20 discount for the registration fees. The deadline, absolute deadline for registration, coming up on the 23rd of May. Lewis, thank you very much for joining us on News Extra today.
Thank you.